What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and man, that was fun. That was an amazing game to watch. Just basically picture perfect the entire damn night. Jalen Hurts, fantastic. Darius Slay probably could have had 6 interceptions in this game. 50,000 pick sixes from Darius Slay possibly in this game. He got 2 total, 2 huge interceptions. And the Philadelphia Eagles made the Vikings look insanely afraid. They made Kirk Cousins, they made Justin Jefferson, they made Jalen Reagor, they made the entire Vikings team their bitch. They did. The Vikings became the bitch of the Philadelphia Eagles. That was amazing. That was just an amazing game. Jalen Hurts, probably one of the best games of his career. The way he started off that game, that second rushing touchdown that he had, the way he's avoiding juking around everyone, then he figures out a way to get into the end zone, dipsy doodle, getting around everywhere. Like bro, Hurts was on a different level. On a different level. He does the same thing for his first one. It wasn't like as dynamic as his second rushing touchdown, but he's still avoiding everywhere. And just, he was avoiding tackles, avoiding blocks, everything like that. My God. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And Darius Slay did a fantastic job covering Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, when being covered by Darius Slay, did not get any receptions at all. Had many targets, didn't get many receptions in this game. They held Justin Jefferson. He had 12 targets total in this game. He only had 6 receptions at 48 yards. After that amazing game that Jefferson had last week against Green Bay, Philadelphia shut him down. Darius Slay, big play, Slay, shut him down. That's nice to see. And then you get the Jalen Reagor every time he gets a punt reception or he tries to make the punt. You get the entire link booing him, which was simply amazing. And just the atmosphere in the link night was on a different level. Home opener, Monday Night Football. There's some, animosity between the Eagles and the Vikings for some reason. I think it goes back to that NFC Championship game back in 2018. And you get the fans throughout, halfway through the game, they're doing the skull chant, halfway through as the Eagles are just busy dominating them. Man, it was a great time. You see, James Harden there. He gets one of the interceptions from Darius Slay. You get Bryce Harper there. Everyone was there tonight. It was such a fun watch. Everything was simply fantastic about this game. Hell, give a lot of credit to Jonathan Gannon. He was fantastic. All the blitzes that he was throwing at Kirk Cousins, making him uncomfortable, pressuring the quarterback, and the way that they were just, my God, they were getting all over the receivers. Even when there was a chance for a wide open throw for Cousins, his receivers were dropping the ball. There were a couple of easy throws that probably should have been caught that were just dropped. And I'm just like, my God, those were easy. And how'd you drop it? But man, they dominated. They simply dominated. The Vikings literally had one good drive the entire game, and that was their touchdown drive. And when they get those other chances to drive down the field, there comes an interception by Darius Slay. In comes an interception by Avonte Maddox. In comes an end zone interception by Darius Slay once again on Justin Jefferson. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. That was fun. Like I said, that was insanely fun. Then you get that huge 50-plus yarder, the Quez Watkins. Jalen Hurts to start up the second quarter just throws an absolute bomb, absolute dime right to Quez Watkins, who is just beating every coverage that he has. Finds the mistake, plows right through everyone, and gets wide open right at the end zone. Easy catch, easy touchdown. Very fun night. And a lot of receivers, Jalen Hurts was finding everyone open today. Devontae Smith made his first couple of catches, and Devontae Smith in this game had 7 targets for 7 receptions. So he made every catch that he was targeted in this game. A.J. Brown definitely didn't get as many targets as he did in Detroit, but he still had a very nice game, 69 yards. Dallas Goedert had a nice game with 82 yards on 5 receptions. Miles Sanders on the rushing side had a very nice game, 17 carries, 80 yards. Jalen Hurts didn't run as much last week, but still was very effective, especially for those 2 touchdowns that he got with. But on the passing side, he was amazing. He was on another level. This was a game that I haven't seen Jalen Hurts have in a while, or just looked that confident, just hitting guys, pitch perfect passes. Everything was great. 26 for 31, 333 yards, one touchdown, one interception late in the game. And that was just, in garbage time. So I'm not really going to fault anyone for that. And a quarterback rating of 108.7. The defense was simply fantastic. A lot of 3-and-outs to start the game. You go up 14-0. Then the Vikings get that touchdown, but then basically chew the rest of the way, getting a lot of those interceptions, especially in the second half. 2 of those by Slay and 1 of those by Avonte Maddox, like back-to-back drives with 2 interceptions there. So that was something very nice to see as a whole. Man, that was fun. I just can't get over how fun that was to watch. Like there was no sense of doubt the entire night because that's how dominant they were. That's just how dominant everything was. Everywhere. It was just really fun overall. Just really fun. So yeah, man, it was a great day. Great day overall. And I want to hear your thoughts on everything. Just going over some other stats here as well as we, get further into this recap. But I also, like I said, I want to hear from you in the voice chat live feed there. We also have the hotline number 215-839-9885 to leave your thoughts and opinions down there, voicemail, text messages. So yeah, it's going to be a great night. I want to hear everyone's thoughts here as I try to get my earbuds here. I probably should have been prepared for this, a long time ago, but sometimes things happen and you just forget. So let me get my earbuds in here so I can switch out, a little bit of the audio jack, switch it up here with everything. So let me do that. So let's get that in there. Let me bring this over. Share my thing here. That. Make sure that's there. Make sure I don't see that. So we do have a anytime voicemail here. So I want to make sure before we get into that. So I want to see some other guys. Let's go over some stats here first as well, just to see everything here. So like I said, Jalen Hurts, what an amazing game. Rest of the way, defensively, getting, rushing, Kirk Cousins, everything like that. Getting those sacks. Fletcher Cox put a huge strip sack later on in the game to basically force a 4th down. Make the Vikings, basically, the end of the game. Then you get, the Josh Sweat sack to end off the game. Basically, everything in this game was fun. Jonathan Gannon, seriously, a complete 180 from last week to this week. It's a complete 180. Wasn't rushing the quarterback as much last week. Wasn't bringing as much pressure. Was very lackadaisical, very laid back. Tonight, he was just completely all over the place. Completely pressuring Kirk Cousins, making him uncomfortable. You know what happens when you pressure the quarterback there, Jonathan Gannon? He's going to make mistakes. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to force plays that don't need to be there. And he's going to, throw interceptions, or he's going to have to try to find a way to be perfect. You got to pressure the quarterback. You got to do that consistently. And you did that tonight, and it worked in your favor. So there you go, Jonathan. Now you know how to pressure a quarterback. Do it more. Do it more. But I'm very impressed by Jonathan Gannon today. I have nothing complaints today. I would say nitpick details, things that do need to be cleaned up. There were a lot of fouls in this game, especially from the offensive line. There were seriously, there was a lot of plays where there was an ineligible receiver downfield. That happened a lot of the times in the first quarter from the Eagles standpoint. I think there was 3 of those. I was just why are we getting called for this so much? And, Mailata gets called for a couple of holdings. Lane Johnson gets called for a couple of penalties as well. And also there was this one play that I'm trying to remember. I believe it was third or second quarter. I believe it was the third quarter where the Vikings are trying to go downfield. I believe it was on 2nd down, and it was a wide open pass, great throw by Kirk Cousins, and the ball just goes right through the receiver's hands. Right through the receiver's hands. I have no idea how this dude dropped it. He would have been long gone for a touchdown, and the Eagles got away with one right there. Actually, I think this was at the end of the first half. And then the Eagles, they got the ball back right away, and then they go down and kick the field goal to end off the half. And also the blocked, field goal after the Darius Slay interception. But then the Vikings, they try to go back downfield, but then you eventually get that Avonte Maddox interception. So basically, the defense was responding for you tonight. So that was something just great to witness overall. Just overall, it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Overall, Huge team win, both sides, everything. You're 2-0 to start the year. Just everything was just so amazing. I just simply can't say anything else about it. It was just great to watch. Like, I really have no complaints. Like, really, the only complaints I have about this game are the fouls, the penalties early on in this game. Like I said, those definitely do need to get cleaned up. You can't be having so many ineligible passers. There were a couple of drives where penalties probably kind of screwed you over to where you could have had more points on the board. Honestly, I was hoping for this game to be a complete repeat of what the NFC Championship game was, the 38-7 Nick Foles and everything like that. I think everyone was hoping for that entire thing. So sadly, we didn't get that because, I think some of their penalties kind of took themselves out of that situation. But still, overall, it was a complete dominating victory. Everything. Coaching wise, offense, Jalen Hurts, defense. See Jonathan Gannon, what happens when you rush the quarterback, when you pressure Kirk Cousins. They looked scared. They looked just completely out of it. Remember all the shit Justin Jefferson was talking about this week coming into this game? Man, and there was one tweet, I think, before the game saying if Justin Jefferson has a big game, wait for his post-game press conference. Ooh, I can't wait for his post-game press conference now. Hey, Justin, how about all the shit you talked about this week? Where were you this entire game? Getting stopped by Darius Slay. Big play Slay shutting you down the entire game. I think Slay found out about a lot of that trash talk, saw it a lot on social media. I think he took some of that pissed off anger into this week and saying, no way in hell I am letting you dominate me on my home turf, Justin Jefferson. That is not happening right here. I am going to dominate you. I am going to, try to pick off every throw that Kirk Cousins throws your way. And that's exactly what happened. Seriously, Darius Slay could have had 50 interceptions tonight. That's how many chances he got. Like there was one, tip pass here, tip pass there, just barely goes through his hands. And then he does get the 2 interceptions. So I'm just like, my God, Darius Slay was on a completely different level. He was a monster. He was an absolute monster. And Jalen Hurts was amazing. Jalen Hurts was amazing in this game. So we do have a voicemail right here in the Anytime hotline. So like I said, you can leave a voicemail or a text message at 215-839-9885. Like I said, leave a text message or a voicemail, 30 to 45 seconds, as long as you want. Also, like when you're leaving those text messages and voicemails, don't forget to leave your name so I can save your contact for future use. Also, you could still utilize the live feed here on YouTube. Still a great feature as well. Basically, your preference at this point. So this is the first time we got a voicemail here, so I'm still testing the route. So I am sharing the audio to the stream. So I basically am trying to test this. So people that are here in the live feed, I'm going to play this right now, so let me know if you hear it. So I want to know that. So we're going to play it right here. This is from Sean. So let's see what Sean has to say on tonight's game.
Amadeo, it's Sean. I had to call in tonight because that was surprisingly a beautiful game to watch. I mean, a lot better than last year's home opener, that's for damn sure. I just hope that Jonathan Gannon finally gets it. That, you don't have to be Buddy Ryan and run a 40-6 defense and blitz every damn play. But, pick and choose and be selective and look at the end result. I mean, Kirk Cousins could have thrown about 9 interceptions tonight. There were a lot of turnovers that were left on the field. But great all-around performance. The special teams was shaky, but no complaints from me. On to Washington. Enjoy the win tonight and tomorrow, but then a big division game on Sunday. Got to go on the road, even though it's like a home game. Different week, different challenges ahead.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Exactly. And thank you for the call there, Sean. First caller here on TTP Sports. So congratulations there. And I very appreciate, basically just really no complaints about it. Yeah, the special teams definitely were shaky, but yeah, there were so many chances in this game to get interceptions, to get turnovers and everything like that. Like Jonathan Gannon, basically what you said, he doesn't have to go out there and blitz every single goddamn time, but see what happens when you get pressure on the quarterback, when you force them to get into uncomfortable situations. Mistakes are going to happen, and it's going to turn into your favor. That's why there were so many opportunities in this game for interceptions, why Darius Slay had so many opportunities to get picks, why Avonte Maddox got that pick. Also, I think there were, TJ Edwards could have had a pick, Epps could have had a pick. There were so many other chances throughout this game. Like basically we said, there could have been like 9, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35 interception chances in this game. That's how much pressure you got to Kirk Cousins, and that's how scared he looked. Seriously, when you make a quarterback uncomfortable, especially a guy like a Kirk Cousins, he's very prone to making mistakes. Very prone. I saw some people that said they were actually afraid of seeing Kirk Cousins in this game. My God. Okay, so I am seeing in the live feed that you guys did hear the call, so that is a very good thing right there. So thank you, Sean, for leaving that call. Do you get the Swedish fish now? We'll talk about it later. We'll definitely talk about it later, Sean. So looking at some other things here in the live feed from you guys, we got channel name saying fantastic game. Can't believe how fantastic Hurts threw in this game. Hurts was simply amazing. All the throws that he was making, just simply everything was a dime. Everything was perfect. Everything was right on target. He had a couple, maybe had one overthrow to AJ Brown where he was going deep, but basically overall, Hurts was great. Hurts was simply fantastic in this game. Blue City Empire Sports says, are the Eagles now in first place? I would assume they're tied with the Giants right now because I know the Giants are 2-0. Shocking. That is very shocking. I know, Blue City, you said you were a Giants fan. I could see that from your picture right there. But yeah, that's even shocking to see the Giants are 2-0 to start the year. But I would assume they're both tied for first place. Mr. W with the Go Birds. Yeah, great win. Great win overall. Channel name doesn't even hate the Vikings. Really nothing personal, just business. I think some Eagles fans just love to mess with the Vikings fans overall at this point. Gritty Boy got absolutely locked up. Dr. Drew says Eagles win, Mets beat the Brewers, and you said it was a tough being a Philly fan. Well, we'll figure about that this week, Dr. Drew. But thank you, as a Mets beating the Milwaukee Brewers. Thank you for that. Soto says he hates the Vikings. Vikings look dead after the first quarter. Yeah, they look terrified. Like I said, the Eagles made them their bitch today. That's basically it. Great performance by the Birds. Can't ask for more. Exactly there, Sean. Slay had more yards than Rager. Oh, God. Oh, God. How about that revenge that Rager exacted tonight? What revenge? What are you talking about? Getting, absolutely demolished every time he caught the ball on a punt. Oh, what that one catch for 5 yards. Oh, I'm scared. I am very scared of Jalen Rager's revenge game here. Get out of my face, Jalen Rager. Oh, get out of here. Bet you Joe Buck is pissed tonight. He hates all things Philly. I don't know. I've softened up to Joe Buck. It's still very weird hearing him on ESPN with the whole new contract and everything like that. But I've softened up to Joe Buck over the years. I still think he's an amazing announcer. I know a lot of Philly fans are really salty with him with the 2008 World Series. That was a terrible call by him. But overall, I've softened up to Joe Buck a lot, and I think he's a fantastic announcer. Overall, definitely there. But man, that was a fantastic win. Just a fantastic game, 2-0. You mute him entirely. Oh God, that's great. That is great. That is great. Man, my goodness. Man, I just can't get over that win. That was a great win overall. Fantastic, everything there. It was simply amazing overall, man. Joe Buck greater than Chris Collinsworth. Yeah, basically right here, right now, 2-0 on the year. And now you look at the rest of the schedule here. You got it next week, Sunday afternoon, Washington, which is basically another home game for you. Carson Wentz. See if he wants to get his revenge. Let's see how the Eagles go down there to Washington. It's going to be a hell of an atmosphere with the Eagles fans there. Let's see how the Eagles go after Carson Wentz next week. Before midnight, will you lead us in a skull chant? Fuck no. The Vikings can take their skull chant and get the hell out of Philadelphia. Get the hell out of Philadelphia. Man, oh man. So you get the Commanders this week. Oh, Commanders next week, technically, next Sunday. Then you go back home against the Jaguars. Doug Peterson returns to Philadelphia. Got the Arizona Cardinals on the 9th. Then you got the Cowboys Sunday Night Football on the 16th of October. Then you get the Steelers after your bye week, and then you go down to the rest of the schedule. Texans, Commanders, Colts, Packers, yada, yada, yada. Rest of the schedule there. You got a lot of teams coming up with below 500 records here. Commanders, I believe, they're 1-1 to start the year. Yes, they are 1-1 to start the year. Jacksonville, they are 1-1 to start the year as well. Cardinals, I would believe they're 1-1. A lot of teams are 1-1, but it's basically going to change as the weeks go along. But hey, 1 week at a time here. Got a great chance this week to go up 3-0 against Washington, against Carson Wentz. Jonathan Gannon, basically do the same thing that you did to Kirk Cousins tonight against Carson Wentz. We all know how Carson Wentz is very prone to blowing up. We've already seen it in the first week this year. And also against the Lions. He was not good against the Lions. So, yeah. Do that again. Continue to do that. And continue to improve as the year goes along, because these first 2 weeks were a complete 180. Complete 180. So continue to get better. And let's see how this team goes into Washington next week. Still weird calling them the Commanders. It just is. Like, we go from Redskins. Then I got used to calling them the Washington football team. Now they're Commanders. Honestly, to be honest, I kind of like football team better just for the jokes. Washington football team rolls off the tongue better. Oh, God. Wentz, Peterson, and Ertz all in a row. I completely forgot Zach Ertz is on Arizona. Completely forgot about that. The commies. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't like calling them the Commanders. And they were going to get choked around with that freaking name the entire year. Oh, God. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Man, oh man, what a win. What a win. Honestly, have no serious animosity against Wentz, Peterson, and I love Ertz, but go Birds. Yeah, just go get your wins. It basically sums it up from there. Go down your week schedule, get your wins, and continue Jonathan Gannon specifically to show up. I'm not expecting Jalen Hurts to have games like this every single week, but if you can find a way to be consistent like this every single week and your defense shows up, you got a nice recipe for success right there and a nice recipe to win the division. So, yeah. Feeling good right now. 2-0 to start the year. Great game overall. Let's see. Definitely better than news after the Couturier news. Oh, God, don't get me started with that. Don't get me started with that, Sean. Don't ruin my night. Don't ruin my night. Yeah. Great night, though. Great night overall. So, I think that's where we're going to end it off here, everyone. I appreciate everyone here that joins the live feed as always and also leaves a text and a voicemail on the Anytime hotline. So don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section down below. I like to read those as always. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description down below. BrodesMedia, Painted Lines. I recommend all of that. Same thing with hitting the subscribe button. It goes a very long way. Join the TTP Sports family. Also, use the code TTP Sports, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Use it for anything you can think of. Events, Eagles games, Phillies games upcoming. Great deal. Do not pass it up. $20 off your first purchase with the code TTP Sports at SeatGeek. Check out. So, thank you everyone once again for joining tonight's stream. And also just a note for tomorrow, possibly for the Phillies game. I might not be able to do the stream right after because I'm going to be in New York for the day. It really depends on what time I get home. So if that happens, if I get home at a late time, I'm not going to recap tomorrow's game. I'll probably just piggyback it with Wednesday's game and recap both against the Blue Jays. So basically, it's a wait and see process at this point. But still, everyone, thank you for enjoying tonight's stream, and I'll see you next time.